Hi, I'm Robert. Welcome back to another on-the-road video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Stop. Before you begin any repair, unplug the appliance from the wall outlet. It is also recommended that you check for proper voltage. Remember to also turn off the water. Today we're working on the Kitchenaid top load washer. Customer's complaint is that she can't get any hot water into the washer. We've determined that the hot water coil is bad on the water valve, so we're going to replace it. The tools required to complete this repair are a number 2 Phillips 5/16 drivers and a pair of pliers. First, we'll need to remove the cabinet, starting by taking the number 2 Phillips screws out that hold the cabinet console down, or control console down. And then we will lift that up and out and roll it back. Next, we're going to unplug the lid switch Molex, and then we're going to take a tool. You can use a flat blade driver or any piece of metal that'll fit, and you're just going to pry the clip forward and it'll pop up, and we'll take that clip off. Repeat that process on the other side. And with the clips removed, we can now remove the entire cabinet from the machine by tipping it forward and then giving it a little wiggle. It'll slide right off of the washer. We've determined that the hot water coil of the water valve is bad, so we're going to go ahead and replace it. First thing we're going to do is unplug the hot water side and then the cold. Now we'll move around to the back and remove the 2 5/16 screws that mount the water valve to the back panel. Next, we'll pull out the valve assembly so that we can remove the distributor hose by pinching the pinch clamp and moving it back over the hose, like so. And then we will wiggle the hose off. Best to have a towel to catch any water that spills out, and your water valve is removed. Now that we have a new water valve, let's go ahead and install it. What we're going to do is we're going to rotate it around so that our distribution port is pointing down and the threads of the hose bibs are going through the back wall. Once we have it positioned like that, we're going to slide our hose back onto it and then pull it back out so that we can gain access to that pinch clamp. The reason I did it that way is so that when I get through putting this pinch clamp on and I go to move that valve and put it back into position, I'm not going to have a twisted hose or the water valve fighting with me to get back into position. Now, the importance of the pinch clamp is both of the pins on this side have to be level with each other. Otherwise, you have a potential for a leak. So we'll slide the hose bibs back through the wall of the cabinet and reinstall our 2 5/16 screws through the back. Now that our screws are installed, we'll bring our Molex plugs back up and reinstall them. And as you can see, they pretty much lay right where they're gonna go. And your water valve is installed. So now we're gonna install the cabinet, and we're gonna need to get the front lip of the cabinet underneath the lip of the frame. And it's easiest to open the lid and then slide it underneath. And then keep your foot against it, because on the base of each corner of the cabinet, there's a slot. And on the base of the frame in the back is a tab that's gonna fit into the slot. And we're gonna just push the side trim rails into the back. Once we get it seated, give it a good push down to make sure that it's locked in. And then we're gonna take our 2 clips and feed the tab of the clip into the slot on the back panel, and then put it down into the form-fitted holes and press. And repeat that process on the other side. Now we'll plug our Molex plug in for the lid switch, and then rotate the control console down and line up the hooks with the holes and push it back. And we'll install our 2 number 2 Phillips screws. And that completes the repair. Thank you for watching another quality video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.